Good morning, Eagles. I hope you all are doing well. Decided to make this little review video about the article that you all were supposed to read this week called What Teenage Brains Can Teach Us About Thinking Creatively. I thought this was an interesting read because it's got some science in there, but it's got some other things in there about how teachers can learn from how the teenage brain works, and not only risk taking being an issue, but also being a good thing that teachers can use for reward and positive feedback and all of that to help with learning. You all were supposed to spend some time this week looking at this article and highlighting some different aspects of the article. I asked you to look at how or where we see details about the teenage brain, where we see details about how the brain, um, the strengths that teenage brains have, um, details about the brain itself, and then details about how the brain can teach others with their creativity. So, how teenagers can use their brains to help others learn because teens are extremely creative. So this article talks a lot about those three things. I also asked you this week to take the quiz at the end of the article. I think should only be 4 questions. So if you haven't done that, please make sure you do so. I am going to post another activity for you all to do related to the article today. So make sure you try and get that done. Some things that I was noticing in the article. So Newsela has this new thing where you all can look at words that are highlighted in the article that maybe you're not sure what they mean. You can click on them and it gives you a definition. It'll also read it out loud to you. Conventional. When something is conventional, people are used to it. And kind of helps you kind of keep track of words that you're not sure about. Maybe do some annotating too if you like. Also does it here with like the word fundamental. Click on that. Fundamental means right. One of the sections that I thought was really interesting was this section here called Building and Refining New Connections in the Brain. And specifically, the second paragraph where it talks about Dr. Galvin's work with the teenage brain and the hippocampus and the striatum, and how her work suggests that the connection is especially strong in teens and that adolescents are more likely than adults to learn from positive feedback. This could have applications for education, she said. So this idea that your brain, there are 2 different parts of your brain that are working together during your teenage years that adults used to think for a very long time was creating some very dangerous, risky behaviors in kids. But that also we are finding out that we can use that same set of sections of the brain to create positive reinforcement for you all when you're learning things in school. So not only is it taking risks that might lead to some dangerous behaviors, but it's taking risks in school too. So taking risks to ask questions, taking risks to like step out, and put yourself out there during class, or to join a club that you're really interested in, or to answer questions, or to go up to the board and try to work out a problem, things like that. I thought that was really interesting. That positive feedback from teachers really helps mold kids' need and want to take risks to do more positive things in class. So that was really cool to me. I found that interesting. Um, so yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. Feel free to create your own video and drop it in a post on Google Classroom. Drop it in your Google Doc as like a link, and I can watch it. I'm probably going to play around with Flipgrid a little bit next week, so be ready for that as well. Again, I am going to post another activity for you guys to do today that revolves around some of what we saw today with this article this week. So just kind of be ready for that. If you haven't joined office hours, try to make sure you do that next week, Monday and Wednesday, 12 to 2. And yeah, I'll see y'all on these interwebs.